Says she's finding opportunity buying a couple of names today amid the pullback. Let's bring in Victoria Fernandez, Chief Market Strategist at Crossmark Global Investments. Victoria, before we declare you a wild child buying all this technology, let's point out as well that you've also been adding to some more value names, including energy, including companies like CVS, including companies like Lockheed Martin.
No, you're absolutely right, Tyler, because look, we think this market is going to continue to be quite volatile for the rest of the year. So you want to have a well-positioned portfolio, a balanced portfolio. So are we buying some tech names? We are. We're not saying go into the tech sector and buy everything there. What we're saying is look for those quality tech names, strong balance sheets, strong business models. You look at a name like NVIDIA, it is down 48% year to date. They had strong earnings. Their data center business is continuing to grow, as is their gaming section. And so they're going to continue to do well. This is a name where you can go in, buy a little bit into your portfolio with prices down where they are. Because look, Tyler, when you look at the tech space, especially some of these names like an NVIDIA, companies are really using their CapEx right now for tech. They need to have the cloud space. So you want names that have that, like Amazon with AWS as well. Mm-hmm. They need to increase their productivity. They have more remote workers, so they need security around their IT. All of this tells us that the tech space, there's certain names that will continue to do well even in this volatility.
There was probably not a name that I can recall more lauded than NVIDIA 2 years ago in terms of its business and the demand for its products and how solid it really was. And it's obviously been tarred. It's gone down the same way as many tech stocks are. So it's really, when you're looking at the core business, and that's really what you're doing with Amazon, just as Michael Farr did earlier today. He's looking at the three parts of the stool there: the cloud, the advertising business that they have, which is underrated, and then third, of course, is retail.
Yeah, that's right. And I mean, a good example of that, look at Oracle. When Oracle reported this week, they said cloud revenue was up around 20%. Infrastructure cloud business was up 36%. So you have names like the two we just mentioned, NVIDIA and Amazon, with that exposure to that cloud space, knowing that companies need to continue to build that out. I think those are areas where you can focus on within the larger sector. I don't think you go all in, as I mentioned, but find some of those areas, look at those different legs of the stool, and that gives you some opportunity in this volatility.
And you're also a buyer of energy still here, Victoria?
You know, we've actually, Kelly, been underweight energy for a while. So we've been using some of the pullbacks that we've seen to go in and add to some names. So we had energy down, 4% this week. I know Pippa just said oil had turned back positive a little bit. But we want to go in and add to some of these because, look, it's a supply and demand story right now. And I don't think demand is going to go down, especially as we enter the summer months. You have Beijing and Shanghai opening back up. And I don't think we're going to see supply in a significant way come to market. So for us, energy still has an opportunity. That crack spread is like the 95th percentile right now. So they can take advantage of that spread and continue to have some upside potential.
The only thing that would seem would really chill energy would be a recession, and you're not in that camp, are you?
No, you're right, Tyler. We aren't. I mean, maybe the percentages or the probability has gone up a little bit over the last 48 hours, but we still think the economy, the underlying fundamentals are strong enough with the labor market where it is, with corporate balance sheets where they are. We haven't seen really earnings expectations come back in enough to concern us too much right there. And household balance sheets, especially for the higher end wealth, is still pretty strong. So we think the recession may come second half of next year, but we should be pretty good for the rest of 2022.
Victoria, thank you so much. We appreciate your time today.